Steamboat Willie just entered the public domain. It was created and published in 1928 and only just expired as of 2024. That's 95 years. When it was created, it was originally set to expire in 1956. How did it make it to January 1st, 2024? I'll tell you really quickly. Let me tell you everything that you need to know about the Copyright Act and how it relates to Steamboat Willie and Disney. In 1870 in the U.S., there's a Copyright Act enacted that allowed you for 28 years of protection plus an optional 14 years pending a renewal. Now, Steamboat Willie was created in 1928. But before Steamboat Willie was created, in 1909, they revised that act. And what they did is they basically said, instead of 42 total years of protection, we're going to give you 56. 28 years, and then at that point, you needed to file for renewal, and you would be eligible for an additional 28. Steamboat Willie comes out, and upon its release, it would have expired in 1984. That would have been 56 years after 1928. But a few years after 1934, there was a revision of the Copyright Act. And this revision basically extended to a flat 56 years. No more renewal was needed. Let me talk about 1976 here for a second. In 1976, the Copyright Act changed a lot more significantly because they added the life of the author plus 50 years for works created after January 1st, 1978. But for works published before 1978, it was just 75 years from the publication. This meant that Steamboat Willie would now expire in 2003. In 1998, the Copyright Term Extension Act, which was famously called the Mickey Mouse Protection Act, not officially, but everybody knows what time it is, they changed the game again. Now it was about the corporate authorship plus 95 years, or 120 years after the creation date, whichever was earlier. So here we are today. Steamboat Willie was released in 1928, and it received 95 years of protection. And on January 1st, 2024, it entered the public domain. So now anyone can reproduce and distribute, adapt the work without Disney's permission or paying royalties to them, right? Well, hang on a second. Yes, artists and creatives can basically incorporate elements of Steamboat Willie into new works, which potentially leads to some new commercial endeavors or creative output, but that's not the whole story. An iconic piece of animation history enters the public domain, which will allow for broader cultural access and academic study, and it contributes to the collective heritage of America, and probably also contributes to the impending ridiculous horror movies that will feature Steamboat Willie, aka Mickey Mouse, in these slasher films, which we saw was a trend after Winnie the Pooh expired. The plots, the scenes, the artistic styles of Steamboat Willie are in the public domain, and that allows for some use and reproduction. But it's not that clear cut because the main character in Steamboat Willie is Mickey Mouse, and Mickey Mouse is covered under the Disney trademark, which is not something that expires. So if Disney's lawyers, which are famously litigious, want to come after you because you use this property incorrectly, I think there's a lot of gray area. All of Steamboat Willie is gray. If I was a lawyer, I probably wouldn't tell you to go make Mickey Mouse merchandise. So basically, the long and short of it is that creators can use specific depictions and parts of Steamboat Willie without infringing on the copyright of the film itself. However, the character of Mickey Mouse is covered by Disney trademarks. Mickey Mouse is subject to the trademark rights, and those don't expire. And it's all very confusing. Thank the lawyers. I'm not a lawyer myself, and I probably wouldn't advise that you go out and make Mickey Mouse merchandise. But new creations are on the horizon. This is now in the public domain. All I know is that it's a big moment for creatives. It's an interesting time to be able to witness, given that multiple times this has been changed, and this time it didn't get changed. That's all I know for now. My name is Nick. This is Design is Blank. Bye.